My name is Roberto Alcocer. I'm the executive chef for Valle, Guadalupe Valley Kitchen in Oceanside, California. I also run a restaurant in Valle Guadalupe, Mexico, in Baja. It's called Malva. I've been there for the last 8 years until I have the opportunity to come to Oceanside and open Valle. We have been going to Valle several times with the designer studio, that is the studio collective, like brainstorming for almost 3 years now to have the restaurant that we are about to open. When you walk into Valle, you need to feel that you're in Valle Guadalupe, so we have been working on that. So it has a lot of influence for states from Mexico, like Oaxaca, like Morelia, like Guanajuato. Like that's how we approach with object, trying to find the best products, the best art from the best artists of Mexico to bring that to the table here in Valle.
So Object started with the idea of having a spot where to showcase this brand beloved projects that I started with and other fellow friends that were doing similar things. There wasn't a spot in Tijuana where to get these items. You would need to travel to Mexico City, go to these pop-up stores, but we wanted to be pioneers. We wanted to be there. So we started opening this smaller spot where we were making events every 2 months, more or less, when we were presenting new brands. We started with 10 brands, and every 2 months we would bring a food truck that also was like a new thing in Tijuana. And thanks to that, we got this great visitor that was an architect that was working, also collaborating with the New York Times. And he wrote to me after he visited the store and said if I would be interested in being published in the New York Times. And of course I said, yes, I'm interested. And when the article was published, so it was like a big boom for the store. The title was "The Store Putting Tijuana on the Design Scene." And after that, it became like a not to miss spot in Tijuana for people, for tourism in general. And after 2 years, we moved to this spot that it's more in the middle of the city where all the locals can reach it easily. And the store grew twice as big. And from 10 designers that we had, we now have at least 45 designers. Most of them work with traditional artisans from Mexico. So they transform in better quality, better designed pieces. Like, for example, the pieces that we designed for Valle Restaurant, that it's a Jipi-japa tortillero. They are made in a cave because the humidity of the cave makes the palm softer, and it's easier to do the woven. And this other one, it's made with teak by Felipe, also in Campeche.
Mi nombre es Felipe del Jesús Güemes Uribe. Soy originario de Ciudad del Carmen, pero estoy viviendo ahorita aquí en Escárcega, Campeche. Trabajo las artesanías en madera, lo que es madera de teca, jabín, de melina, cedro, caoba, maculis. Y he sido autodidacta, nadie me ha enseñado. Comenzó como un hobby y aquí estamos, ahora sí haciendo proyectos y viviendo de ello también ahorita. Definitivamente conseguir la madera de teca, yo pensé que era más fácil aquí, pero es un poquito difícil, pero es muy bonita y se trabaja bien. Y lo que da es el acabado que le gusta mucho a la gente.
Mi nombre es Milagro de Atocha, artesana de la ciudad de Becal. Trabajo lo que es la fibra de Jipi-japa, igual a la palma de guano. Los sombreros se tienen que realizar en la cueva, porque la fibra, si se maneja en la parte de afuera, el aire la reseca. entonces la cueva es húmeda. La fibra se adapta a los dos cambios climáticos que tenemos aquí en la región. Y es una forma también de trabajarla más rápida, poder ser ligeros. En el momento de trabajar la fibra queda suavecita, sin necesidad de agua. Y en los tortilleros pues es algo muy, fue algo muy especial. Fueron tamaños jumbos, diseño en la tapa, que es algo que no se había hecho. Sí fue un reto para nosotros y vemos que queda muy bonita la pieza.
Roberto was already confident that he could trust me, even if we hadn't even met in person, because he even said, I have family in Puebla, in Oaxaca, and I could just go and buy it in just one day and maybe save money because you just buy whatever is there. You don't have nothing made, nothing personalized or customized. I don't want that. I want something very unique. I know that you're gonna do a great job, so I just trust you to do it. I said, okay, perfect.
My participation in the designing of the pieces has been all around the needs that we're going to use the stuff for the restaurant. So working on that is how we start designing the tortilleros or the bread baskets. Having the size, the shape, the colors that we need for the table, for our size of tables. Because normally in Mexico, tortilleros are a big basket where you put a bunch of tortillas because you're sharing with the family. And the idea of Valle is that we're going to have an intimate experience, maybe just a couple, group of 4, group of 6 people, and you don't need this big tortillero basket. So we work with the object, we work with Veronica to have the right shape of the tortillero. So in the beginning, she brought the traditional tortillero, and we start cutting it and working with the artisan to make it smaller.
What we did was that he shared with me all this concept and colors and textures, and I decided to work with Salvador Compañ. He lives in Mexico City, but he travels almost every 2 months to Campeche to meet the artisans and explain detail by detail. So that's what it takes to do things right. And I knew that he had this energy and the whole personality that I needed for this kind of project.
Mi nombre es Salvador Compañ, soy director creativo de la marca Lordag y Sondag. El proyecto de Valle fue un proyecto súper divertido, donde logramos combinar diferentes técnicas de diferentes artesanos, ambos de Campeche, que es el estado del que yo soy. Tanto Milagro de Atocha como Felipe han trabajado con nosotros desde hace más de 8 años. Son de los artesanos con los que hemos trabajado más tiempo. Desde un principio tuvimos muy claro que el equipo de Valle quería piezas especiales que fueran diseñadas y que fueran perfectas para el proyecto que estaban desarrollando. Por eso trabajamos en conjunto con el equipo de Object en Tijuana, que son los expertos en la zona del Valle de Guadalupe. Realmente nos encanta cuando nuestros proyectos trascienden más de una disciplina del diseño. Y esto fue un ejemplo perfecto de lo que logramos con este proyecto con el restaurante de Valle, donde pudimos unir diseño en comida, diseño en las piezas en las que se iba a servir los alimentos, diseños de espacios, y realmente creo que el resultado fue muy, muy bueno.
It was perfect because we have a restaurant that wants to do many items with different materials, so I just need to work with one designer that I know that works with different artisans. And at the same time, he has a great connection and compromise with his artisans that he's been working for a long time. You need to trust whoever is working with you to be able to do this. So that all this connection and this trust and this shared values made it happen.
I want to make Valle the best restaurant of Oceanside, the best restaurant of San Diego, the best restaurant of California, and why not the best restaurant of the US? And to achieve that, I need to work with the best. if we're trying to get the best cooks that I can find right now, why not also doing it with the purveyors?
He has the same value that I have, that to have like a very unique and special things, and just like if you're gonna get a glass or a cup, like just why don't you just pay a little bit more and wait a little bit more and have some item that tells a story. So my part in this is precisely the communicating in the best way what my client wants to the designer and the artisans, and then communicate in return what can be really made, and then bring all this together to a competitive price. Of course, we wanted to have the best option for him, and always paying a fair price to the artisan.
First, we had a size, a sample. We tested the size of the dishes and everything. We send it back to show everything is perfect. It has been almost 2 years now in the making of only tortilleros and trays and things as simple as napkins. So when you clean your mouth, it's not only you're cleaning your mouth, it has to be an experience. Opening the tortillero, all of that, the colors, the textures, it's been a come and go of making everything perfect for the experience. That when you sit on Valle, everything has been think for the moment.
In this artisan to table participation in San Diego Design Week, these particular products at Valle, the same thing happens in object. Whenever you have the time to come, there's a full range of stories with different materials, different artisans. Part of the experience of coming to the store is not only taking a set of mezcal cups, but you're going to choose the set of mezcal cups that you identify with, because one of them is made in Tonalá, Jalisco, but designed by a local designer. When you have it in your house or when you give it as a gift, it becomes a total different thing than just giving away a gift. There's a story behind it. So that's part of what we offer in Object.
For me, being here this week, having the opportunity of receiving you at the restaurant, showing you what we have created with the person that we have been collaborating, it's really important. So maybe we'll inspire other chefs, other restaurateurs to put attention in all those small details.
It would be amazing for more people like Roberto, in this case, Alcocer, to be willing to consider to work with a team like ours.
I think that's really, really important to connect with other artists, to connect with other people, to connect with other disciplines that are not maybe yours.
We would be very happy to be part of, to connect with you and create this whole collection of items for you or for your project.